Oh my goodness. We're back. We're so back. Wow, it's been so long since I last streamed. Let me go through the do's and stuff. I'm a bit rusty. It's been a few months. Okay, yep, this is good. Chat's on my phone. Let me post the stream. God, Unk still got it. I feel like the music's still too loud. Alright, that should be better. Why does it say it's upcoming? Oh, I don't know. Must be a YouTube glitch. I don't know. That's weird. That's a little strange. Well, I guess it says it's live. I don't know if it's live. Alright, let me do that. Post. This is good. Come back here. Do this. Oh yeah, Unk's still got it. Unk has still got it. Boom. Boom. That better work. That worked. Close that. This feels really loud. I'm just gonna turn it off. Alright. That should be everything, I think. Maybe. Possibly. I feel like I am forgetting something. Because it's been a minute since I streamed. Oh, we can see the cat now. Yeah, it's been a minute since the last live stream. This is good. I think. Perhaps. Question mark. I don't know why I look so sleepy. I still don't... See, I want the camera to be far enough back where you can see me, but not... No, you go there. Okay. See, but like now there's that you can't. I don't like the headroom that's up here, but I can't make it smaller. Hi, glitch stinger. Bear with me. My camera is on a box, so I can't really adjust it. I don't know. Do I? See, but now I feel small. But I can't push it back more, otherwise it makes me smaller. So how do I get... I can't... that might be the best. No, because that... Okay, yeah, this is fine. I could fiddle with that the entire stream. Let me get the background music back on. This still feels loud. But, whatever. Stinger, let me know if this is, like, making you go deaf. Yeah, so. We'll give it another minute or so before we get into the tier list. First stream in a few months. I finally had a new idea for a new live stream, hence why we're here. Yep. Oh, Jesus, that's bright. I'm a little worried that the internet might... Sounds fine for now. Perfect. A little worried about the internet. If you remember the old streams, you remember how much of a problem the internet connection was, but... We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm forgetting before... Right, closing the ads on the tier list website. Or at least muting them. I hit mute and it did the opposite of mute. Alright, well, we've got some stuff to rank today. Let's just get into it. Does this still work? That worked? That worked. Oh, and chat still works too. Let's go! Like riding a bike, you just go back into it. Actually, I'm going to change the background music. So yeah, Today we are going to be ranking Fnaf Jazwares merch. Let me, what's some good background music? No, that's not music. No, that's not either. Yeah, so we're going to be ranking some Jazwares Fnaf merch. All of it, you know, the plushies, figures, all that stuff. Yeah, this works. Alright. This might get loud. There we go. So, Fnaf merch. Let me zoom in a little. Just a traditional tier list with all the figures and stuff. Don't know what that is. But yeah. Let's just get into it. Starting with... Yeah, so I guess figures, then plushies, then miscellaneous. I'm gonna pause the music. I feel like that's gonna be annoying. The build of Freddy. This is the only build of... What's the official name for it? I can't remember what the official name for these figures is. Endo Series. The Endo Series Freddy. Not bad. He's not bad. I wish he had an accessory. Like, I wish he had, like, an extra arm you could swap out and then have, like, a grabby hand and you could give him a microphone prop. That would make it really, really good in my opinion. Other than that, though, he's fine. I'll give it S tier. Endo is S tier, very accurate. First Endo figure, very cool. Withered Freddy is also cool. The lack of detail and like material on the Withereds really, and the classics really, definitely holds them back. Still, it's our first Withered Freddy figure. I'll give it S tier. I don't know why they included all variations of the Endos. I'm not going to rank those. I'll just do like one Endo per wave. Shadow Freddy. I think this figure is pretty lazy. The real Shadow Freddy is missing an ear. And they did a recolor of Withered Freddy. When it is supposed to be a recolor of Withered Golden Freddy, there is a difference. I think this figure is pretty lazy. I'll give it C tier. Bonnie. I'm not a fan of Jazwares Bonnie. Just because I feel like the mouth and the head shape just doesn't really work together well. I think he looks a little derpy. I'll give it B tier. B for Bonnie. Withered Bonnie is definitely better. Again, the lack of like materials and like the dirt and grime that the Withereds have just isn't there. I'll still give it S tier though. Very cool figure. Beacon Bonnie? No, Blacklight Bonnie. Blacklight Bonnie, very obscure figure to make a character of, but I'm all for that. Chica is fine. She's fine. Did she really not come with Mr. Cupcake? That's kind of crazy. I'm not a fan of... I think they did too bright of a yellow on her. I feel like she's supposed to be a little darker. But I'll give her A tier. I might just be biased on Freddy because he's the only one I have, but... Withered Chica. I really wish they did, like, the, her head being separated. That really... Like, if you just cover that up, the figure looks fine. Again, too bright, needs the dirt and grime. I'll give it B tier, because they did put more effort into it than Shadow Freddy. But still, not as great as it could have been. Foxy and Withered Foxy. There's a lot of... Jazwares got a lot of pushback on these figures, because his torso withering, like the inside, it's colored red for some reason. Like, they didn't even paint it, like, gray for, like, an endoskeleton. They also didn't do the withering as, like, actual withering. They just, again, painted the inside. That wouldn't be so bad if they just colored it gray or silver. I don't know why they made it red. Still, Jazwares Foxy is fine. Fnaf 1 Foxy is definitely better than Withered Foxy. Although I think, did they give him the wrong toes? Foxy in Fnaf 1 only has 2 toes, right? That looks like he has Withered Foxys. Oh, that's going to bring it down. And then... oh, what's his name? Radioactive Foxy? He's fine. Did they gave him the double hook, right? They better have, otherwise that's kind of a big old blunder. Did they not? No, they did. It's just hard to tell. Okay. I mean, it's just it's Radioactive Foxy. There's not much you can say about it. FNAF 2. Toy Freddy looks fine. The only I have the jump scare figures. Technically, they're both withered. Fine. Withered Foxy. I only have the jump scare figures of the FNAF 2 wave. By the way, no, I also have Withered Freddy and Foxy. What am I saying? I don't have any of the Build-A-Figures. Toy Freddy looks fine. Again, really wish these guys came with their accessories. Hi, Ard. Yeah, if they came with their accessories, I feel like they would have been a lot better. Endo 2 looks great. VR Toy Freddy looks fine. Toy Bonnie, I feel like they made his arms and legs a little too thick, for lack of a better word. It's a bit wide. I think the Funko Toy Bonnie, which I have on my wall, he also has this problem. Toy Bonnie's supposed to be kind of more slim. I'll give it B tier. System Error Toy Bonnie, again, B tier. Toy Chica, again, I don't know why they didn't give her cupcake. Why is my room so dark? I have the blinds closed because it's very bright outside. So if I had my blinds open, then my room would be too bright. So I just chose the lesser of two evils. Yeah. He's a C. You know what I'll do? I'll move. There we go. That's better. Toy Chica, I think I'll also put C tier. Maybe not. I'll put her B tier. Really, it's just her face I don't like. Everything else is fine. She's supposed to be thick, not Toy Bonnie. And then high score Toy Chica, again, C, B tier. Mangle is fine. The version I have from the Jump Scare series is not as accurate as this one. Infinite Bernie Bears. Bernie Bear duplication glitch. Yeah, I definitely like their, what's it called? I like the Endo series Mangle more than the Jump Scare series. And it's still a very cool figure. Shadow Mangle, I'm glad they have merch. It's accurate, I guess. Not really much you can say about Shadow Mangle. Golden Freddy. Again, I feel like they made him too bright. But again, not awful. Not the worst figure. What's it called? Midnight Endo, because this is Midnight Freddy. Midnight Endo. I'm going to put that D tier. There's not really that much they could have done differently about it. But I guess it's cool they get a black endoskeleton. I don't know. And then Midnight Freddy. Very obscure character to make merch of. He was in the hard mode level in Help Wanted of Freddy's Repair. Plus he's exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con and he goes for a lot of money. I'm going to put him D tier. Scalpers suck. The Glamrocks. I think the Glamrocks are probably their best wave so far. Freddy is an S tier. Very accurate. Very cool. He's C. I can see that. I can see how the endoskeleton would be C tier. I don't know. Yeah, he's not got that much going for him. Glamrock Endo is good. I'll give it S tier. Not my favorite of the Endos they've made, but he's not bad at all. Shattered Freddy is cool. They gave him actual withering, unlike Foxy. I'll give this S tier. Monty is probably my favorite figure they've ever made. It looks perfect. I wish the shoulder pads were attached to his torso. Like, every figure has that problem. I don't know why Jazwares did that. Probably for more posability, but like, I don't know. It makes it look weird. Still, Monty is probably my favorite figure they've ever made. Shattered Monty is also peak. Okay, the girl Glamrocks are kind of rough. Glamrock Chica's body looks fine. It's really just the eyes. For some reason, her eyes, I feel like they should be more like popped out. They don't really. None of the other Glamrocks really have this problem. It's really just Chica. And honestly, the face kind of ruins the figure for me. Shattered Chica looks good though. Roxy, again, I feel like has the same problem where her eyes just really hold back the figure for me. But Shattered Roxy is incredible. Yeah, very solid wave altogether. I'm not sure what figure this is. I don't know why he's standing in the pose where he looks like he's about to tell his mom he just wet the bed. I mean, at least he has an accessory. A Mimic Wave? Ooh, Mimic Wave would be peak. You could have, like, the different costumes as, like, the characters, and then the endoskeleton would be the Mimic. Ooh, that's a good idea. Again, I don't know what this Freddy is, but at least his coloring looks accurate. Alright, the Jump Scare Wave. That's a massive Freddy. These figures are cool. I wish they didn't have the jump scare mechanic, or at least if they did, like, you could at least hold them in that pose. You have to, like, press the button in to make them pose and, like, do the jump scare face. I wish it wasn't like that. But I guess that's what the Endo series is for. Yeah, I like this Toy Freddy. Would have been better if he had an accessory, but he's still cute. His fingers are pretty big, though, so... Toy Bonnie looks better here than he does there. The face on the jump scare is a lot better. But again, no accessory. Toy Chica looks great. Again, no accessory. This Mangle sucks. I hate this Mangle. I wish I got the Build-A-Figure Mangle, because the actual jump scare series Mangle is a pain to put together. I had to get my brother to do it, and he struggled with it. That's like, oh my god. Yeah, D tier. I do like how it's based off Help Wanted. But, like, oh my god. Awful, terrible figure to put together. Hi, Party Hat. You're not too late. We've still got plenty to go. Yeah. Oh, that's the huge Freddy? Really? Yeah, he's in a very awkward pose. They did end up giving the jump scares some accessories. Or at least the Freddys. Which I think just puts him in A tier. I like how he has the accessory, but his coloring is a lot less accurate than the Endo series Freddy. Bonnie, again, I'm not a huge fan of Jazwares Bonnie. Chica, again, she looks a little too bright. Foxy, okay, this time they painted Foxy, so that gets him into B tier. So, and I guess he's not awful. They also fixed the feet, which is good. Golden Freddy has an accessory this time. But he's too bright, so he's not getting out of B tier. He'll be back. Alright, Ard. We'll miss you. Jump Scare Freddy, Withered Freddy, is fine. I do prefer the Endo series Freddy, though, because he has actual withering. But still, as a cheaper alternative, this is perfect. Yeah, Jazwares figures have that out of stock problem a lot. I'm very lucky that, like, I have the ones I have, because my god, they are hard to find. Withered Bonnie looks not terrible. I'll put him S tier. Withered Chica, it looks like they made her darker, which is good. That was one of my complaints. But again, the jaw and the top of the head need to be separated. That's what makes Withered Chica look cool. And then Withered Foxy, again, they painted him, so that's good. That is very good. The puppet, I wish I had this figure. This looks great. I'll put it S tier. I really wish I had this figure. I'm assuming you can take the puppet out of the box too. Hi, council member. Yeah, I'm hoping you can take the puppet out of the box, but this is a figure I definitely want to get down the line. I also have these two. I have these two, and I have these two. Balloon Boy is actually pretty cool. You can take off the accessories. You can take his balloon and sign out of his hands, which is very cool. You can't move the propeller. I wish you could. He's actually a lot more posable than you'd think. My one complaint with Balloon Boy is that he's too small. He's very small compared to the other figures. I'm not going to get him out just because he's buried right now. But Balloon Boy is smaller than you think he is. And that really hurts when you want to display him with other animatronics. Because he looks very small. No, council member, it's okay. You're not that late. We still got a lot to go. Yeah, Balloon Boy I wish was just bigger, but the fact you can take out his accessories is incredible. I'll give it A tier. Crying Child, this is a very, very obscure figure to make a character of, but I'm glad that we have it. It's very cool. It's different. Balloon Boy and cool in the same sentence. Yeah. World's first person to call Balloon Boy cool. Yeah. I hope Jazwares makes more figures like this. I know we were kind of clowning on Shadow Mangle, but like more obscure characters like this, and even Shadow Mangle, is good. And even Midnight Freddy. Maybe they shouldn't be exclusive like that. But, yeah, no. I hope Jazwares keeps giving us like human figures like these. Like the sprites. Ooh, Purple Guy would go so hard. Do I like Jazwares or Funko? They both have their ups and downs. Jazwares has some good figures, but they also have bad figures. Funko had good figures. They also had a lot of bad figures. Jazwares has cute plushies. They also have kind of mid plushies. Funko, same thing. I think this might just be a recency bias, but I think I prefer Jazwares just because they're not putting out like tie-dye plushies and tie-dye figures like Funko. They made a lot of slop. Plus, Jazwares listens to complaints more than Funko, which is good. Yeah, these two are the Target exclusives I both have, which is kind of crazy that I found both of them at the same trip, but it's a good thing. And yeah, these figures are very cool. Very cool figures. The Rockstar Freddy looks cool. I like how they gave these two their accessories. There's just something off about him. I can't describe it. Maybe it's the face. Maybe they kind of cooked with Chica. Yeah, Rockstar Freddy looks accurate. I don't know. Jazwares doesn't ship to Australia. It stinks. Oh no! Well, I lost the cap to my Coke. Chica looks good though. I like Chica. These are very solid figures. All right. The sister location wave. This might be the worst wave yet, in my opinion. Baby's head is too... not big. Yeah, baby's face is the worst part of her figure. I like how they gave her the like pins she has. I think that's really cool. But I don't know. I'm disappointed by these two figures. Bellora's head is too small and it needs more neck room. Baby's head is just too big. Funtime Freddy is by far my favorite character in this wave. I have him. I'll show him actually. Yeah. Jazwares Funtime Freddy is incredible. Look at this. Look at this. I know it's very low quality, but like, do the face plates open up with the button on the back? I kind of broke mine so his face plates don't fully close, but whoops. Yeah, he comes with a microphone that you can take out. Bonbon. He's shiny. He's like glossy. I know it doesn't really show that well on the camera, but like, dude, this is a very cool figure. I love the detail on him. The paint, the glossiness really does add a lot, especially to the endoskeleton. This is an insanely good figure. They cooked with Funtime Freddy so much and didn't leave any sauce for the others. Yeah, Jazwares Funtime Freddy, definitely deserving of S tier. Let me make sure I'm centered. Yes. Funtime Foxy. There's something about it I just really don't like. Lolbit looks better. Ennard is also really good. I want Ennard. Ennard is good. The Bidybab, I think from the photos I've seen, looks a little too big. Opposite problem of Balloon Boy. I also don't know if the faceplates can open up. I hope they can. I'll give this figure A tier though. Modify it to be Funtime Freddy from Count the Ways. Dude, such a good figure. I love the fact they made him glossy. Oh my god, dude, that adds so much. Ah. Yeah, such a good figure. And like, yeah, oh my god. I know he ain't streaming. Hi, Glitch. The mini arenas, I wish they didn't come on these stands. I know why they did, because they wouldn't be able to stand otherwise. I hope you can take them off the stands, but I mean, they're fine. They're decent. All right, these 4 are from a pack that hasn't released yet. I think it's a Walmart exclusive. Toy Chico looks good. I like how they give you the cupcake. I think that's really good, actually. Shadow Freddy. You know how I feel about their Shadow Freddy figure. Shadow Bonnie looks really good, though. Shadow Bonnie looks great. In fact, I'll give it S tier. JJ? No accessories, but that's fine. JJ doesn't have accessories. I hope she's bigger than Balloon Boy. And from the images I saw, like, I'll show you guys. Of course it's not going to show because I'm using Yahoo, and Yahoo is garbage. Oh, come on, show me. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, no, she actually looks the same size as Balloon Boy. All right, never mind. Yeah, B tier. I wish these two were bigger, Balloon Boy and JJ. I don't know what the heck this is supposed to be. Can we? I don't know what that is. Is it like a leaked figure? It looks like... I don't know what that is. Any of my sleuths in chat, do you know what this figure is supposed to be? It looks like they're like half purple, half red. Jazwares Fnaf red and purple figure. Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's not showing me anything here, obviously. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I guess we'll just leave it. And I guess they're making Rockstar Bonnie? That's cool. He looks pretty cool. I hope they give him his guitar. And then Toy Bonnie again. Is this supposed to be like Boulder Toy Bonnie? I'm just not gonna touch these two. I don't know what they're supposed to be. The office sets. Fnaf 1's office looks pretty good. Reverse image search. I guess. Sure, let me try that. Hang on, chat. Bernie Bear is going detective mode. Although I can't save the image. Oh, I can. Can I? No. I can't save the image, so I can't do an image search. No, that's not what I want. Oh well. I don't know. Yeah, the office sets are really good. I would give them A tier. They're very accurate and they're cool play sets. The sister location one looks fine. It's fine. I'll give it A tier as well. Alright, we're done with the figures. Now on to slop. I mean, these don't look awful, but they're not for me. I'm sorry. They're cute. But like if I see them, I'm not going to buy them. Okay, I'll give them C tier just cuz I see what's next. These things look like these are kind of garbage. Springtrap? Nope. Phantoms is cool. Dude, okay. Jazwares. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Moon merch, that's kind of cute. Some racers. All right, this kind of takes me back to the days of the Funko racer figures. They still kind of look like garbage though, but I'll put them C tier just because they could be cute. I don't know. Their peak, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I like how they had to open Melora's eyes just because they didn't want her driving eyes closed. It's funny. No Foxy's weird. No Funtime Foxy. Alright. The minifigures. I don't hate these. They're cool, but they just they could look better. I do like how we get a night guard. The night guard is my favorite. Favorite FNAF character into a plush. They turned me into a marketable plushie. Actually start recreating in-universe merch. A dream, a mean... a moon dream sphere would go kind of tough. Yeah. That would kind of go tough. Yeah, I don't hate these guys. I wish they looked better. I don't know why they gave I can't talk, my god. I wish they gave Bonnie a guitar instead of a present. I feel like that would have worked better for like the puppet, but these have charm to them. I don't hate them. I know a lot of people do. They're not awful. Freddy, I guess they're already starting to do duplicates of these. This is like an actual like buildable Freddy. I don't hate the idea of it. I think the face could look a lot better, but it's cool. Alright, now we get into their plushies. I'm kind of biased towards Funkos. I prefer when my FNAF plushies have the bulging eyes. All of Jazwares are just flat. I don't know. Other than that, they look really good. Freddy looks cute. I'll give it S tier. Somnophobia. Bonnie looks cute. I'd also give him S tier. Chica looks cute. I like how they gave her the cupcake. And Foxy... Isn't that what the FNAF 1 Foxy plush looks like? I know this wave was supposed to be based off the FNAF 1. Okay, well, I'm looking for the in-game model here, people. Sorry, I should have specified that. Okay, yeah, it is supposed to be based off those. I'll give it S tier then. The FNAF 1 wave has charm and charisma. The puppet looks cool. Let me see what the mask looks like. Did they... Okay, it doesn't look like they did the plastic mask like Funko did, which is good. So I like this. I like this plush. Feels a little crowded, but you know, maybe they could have like reduced a button. Nightmarion looks cool. He looks cool. Toy Freddy looks a little fat. He's got charm, I guess, but he looks a little... looks like a chipmunk. Toy Bonnie looks good. I like Toy Bonnie. Same with Toy Chica. Same with Mangle. I like Mangle. That might be my favorite Mangle plush, actually. Balloon Boy's cool. The pattern, or like the design they did for the red and blue stripes is accurate to Balloon Boy, but it looks really weird not on a Scott model. So I'll give it an A tier. I do like that they gave him the accessories, though. Lefty. Should be darker, I think. Yeah. Funko's plushie has... yeah, that's kind of his thing. Yeah. Funko's Lefty plushie has this problem, too, where they just didn't commit to making him a black bear. B tier. I like it more than Toy Freddy, but like the color of his eye and nose, that's what he should be like. The nightmares are peak. I like the nightmares. Nightmare Freddy looks good. Discord mod Freddy. Nightmare Bonnie looks really good. Definitely my favorite of the nightmares. Nightmare Chica looks a little goofy, but we love her anyway. And Nightmare Foxy looks good too. Definitely a very solid wave. Second favorite of mine, right below the FNAF 1 gang. Plush Trap looks really good. I like Plush Trap. All right. The Halloween wave. I don't know how to feel about these guys. They're cute, but I don't know. I don't want to say they feel low effort, because I get what they're going for here. Obviously, they want to keep the designs of the original FNAF 1 plushies, while still giving them Halloween, you know, cosmetics. You obviously can't change them too much to the point where they're not recognizable as FNAF plushies. Like, you can't entirely cover Bonnie in mummy tape, because then it's just not Bonnie. I do feel like they hit a good middle ground with these guys. They're just not for me. But they're cute. I much prefer these over Funko's slop recolors. Vampire Freddy. Probably my favorite. I'll give it B tier. I'll give it A tier, I guess. I'd much rather have these guys over these. Bonnie's good. I like Bonnie. Chica's probably the worst. I wish they gave her like a basket prop instead of the cupcake. She's still cute though. And Foxy's kind of mid. Foxy kind of mid. Bonnie got into a car crash. Poor Bonnie. Golden Freddy looks fine. Fredbear? I don't hate Fredbear here. I don't hate Fredbear. Spring Bonnie looks a little derpy. I feel like they made his forehead too big. Kind of looks like a fixed scrap trap, to be honest. I definitely prefer Funko's Spring Bonnie plush. The giant plushies are whatever. They're whatever. Santa Freddy? I can't... I think this is a giant plush. Then we move into, like, the smaller plushies. I'm not a fan of these. They're cute, I guess, but I prefer my plushies, you know, plush-sized. Golden Freddy kind of looks terrible. Yeah, I mean, these look like they'd be cheap, fair toys. The Nightmares look kind of... Nightmares look good. I like the Nightmares, but okay, I don't know. Maybe B tier's a little too high. Keychains, again, same thing, but even less so. You can't even, like, snuggle with these because the plastic will hurt. And then Squishmallows. Dude, the Vanny one looks hilarious. I mean, these don't look awful. Yeah, these don't look awful. I don't have anything against Squishmallows. I like Golden Freddy more than Freddy here. I don't have anything against Squishmallows. They're just not really my thing. Yeah. Freddy? This is like the 15th Freddy statue we've seen. I don't know. He looks fine. Trash can figures? Okay. I think these have a jump scare mechanic, but like, why wouldn't you just get the jump scare figures? Oh, I think you can take them out of the boxes too, which is cool. I guess they're just blind boxes. Yeah, okay, I prefer my blind boxes mystery minis. Thank you very much. Sleeping plushies. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? And last but not least, I'm pretty sure this is the wearable Freddy mask. I think Jazwares made that. I know a Freddy mask exists. I don't know if they made it. They did. Or is this just a head? No, it's just a helmet. Can you wear this? Yeah, you can. Kind of looks a little goofy, though. But I do like the premise. Gregory, Burn Trap turned me into a marketable plushie. I don't know why I gave Glamrock Freddy a British accent. Alright, well. This is the Jazwares Fnaf merch tier list. Overall, I would say Jazwares is cooking with a Fnaf license. I know they have controversy with Israel and stuff like that. I'm able to separate the art from the artist. I like Jazwares merch, for the most part. You know, obviously Fnaf is a very marketable brand, so of course these kinds of toys would exist, but they do make some very high quality stuff, like these figures, and I hope they continue to make peak. I would love to see, like, what's it called? Why am I so small? I would love to see, like, what other characters? I think the Mimic. You could do a lot with, like, the Mimic and his costumes. What else? The Phantoms would be kind of mid. It'd be cool if they made figures of the Nightmares to go along with the plushies. FNAF 6, I think FNAF 6 has a lot of potential. They could finish the scrap animatronics. Well, I guess just make the scrap animatronics. They could finish the rock stars. They could do the mediocre melodies. They could do Trash in the Gang. Glitch Trap would be cool. Yeah. So I do hope Jazwares keeps making good stuff. Your favorite is the Toy Freddy plush? I'm sorry I called him a squirrel. Mimic Squishmallow? Ooh. I can see, like, the mascot costumes being good Squishmallows. Because they already have, like, that foam material. I feel like that would translate decently. Yeah. Jazwares Funtime Freddy. Do you have anything else to say? He does not. I'm still really upset. Like, you can't... This is how I broke him. You can take the faceplates off individually and just have, like, a withered Funtime Freddy. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that, though. Because, again, now he just can't close. You have to, like, push it together, and it doesn't stay. Which is kind of cool, because, like, it's loose now, so it kind of gives the effect that he's, like, alive and angry and he's gonna kill you, but like, I don't know. I really wish I didn't do that. But it's still, oh my god, dude, such a good figure. Ah, I need their Ennard now. If a mimic mimics a mimic, who's mimicking whom? That's a good question. Well, chat, we got through that rather quickly. Here's the scoop. I do intend on... I don't intend on fully coming back to streaming, just because we don't have enough ideas for that. I do have an idea for a live stream in the future, where we revisit some older tier lists that we did, like, a year ago, and update those for, like, the newer stuff that's been added, like new Hex plushies, new Hex merch, and other stuff that just didn't exist back then. I think that'd be cool for a stream, just going back and updating old tier lists. Other than that, I really don't have any ideas, I'll be honest. Which is the reason we stopped streaming in the first place. But, you know. Yeah. Jazwares makes... Oh, a Springtrap plush would be nice. It might look a little too similar to Plushtrap, but, you know. Dude, I still don't like this. Like, whenever I sit down just like normally, I feel like that's, like... I feel like just a head. There's too much headroom. I have to, like, sit up, but I don't like doing that. I don't know. Hop on call with you and play Fortnite as a stream? I don't have Fortnite downloaded on my PC. I'm sorry, Glitch. Glitch, I should get you on here and force you to explain... I'm going to get you to walk through your Pizzaplex timeline. We've all seen it already. You guys can probably hear my cat snoring, can you? I just realized how loudly she's snoring. Well, chat, if you have any more ideas for stuff you want me to do right now, I would consider them, because we got through that in under an hour. Yeah, I know I posted that YouTube communities page post thingy giving the update on my channel a while ago. Not a while ago, a few days ago. I'm still working on the next, like, I'm working on a music video. Not a music video. I'm working on a video just showcasing the motifs of Fnaf. Like, music stuff. I'll be honest, I'm kind of slacking writing my Vanessa Afton video just because I've been focused on editing the music and motifs video. That's been very fun to make. So expect that sooner rather than later. I'm almost done. I'm up to Freddy and... No, I'm up to Fury's... No, wait, what am I up to? I haven't started Security Breach yet. I know that. Yeah, I worked on that this morning. It's coming along good. I'm happy with the video. It's different. I don't know how well people are going to like it, to be honest. But I think it's cool. I think that's cool. Let me pull up something. But yeah, other than that, not much is going on. Why is Glitch? What does Glitch want? Glamrock figures mog them all. I mean, he's right. He's right. He's right. He's right. Yeah. Alright. If you guys don't have any ideas, I might head out. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah. Tier listed. Yeah. FNAF animatronics by how well they do in a fight against a squirrel. Everyone would win except Balloon Boy. The squirrel would demolish him. Believe it or not. Yeah. I still feel like there are ideas for streams and tier lists that exist, but I just haven't thought of. Right? Like, I thought of this stream, today's stream, the Jazwares merch idea. I thought of that in the shower. Maybe I just need to hop in the shower for an hour and come up with ideas. Should Jazwares release a Springtrap plush or Glamrock Freddy plush? I would say release a Springtrap plush. I think they should save Glamrock Freddy for a security breach wave. I think Springtrap you can do on his own, or maybe pair him with the Phantoms, and then do Glamrock Freddy on his own. Not on his own, in a security breach wave. I will say, one thing I dislike about the Jazwares Funtime Freddy, you can't pose Bonbon. It looks like you should be able to, because he's in kind of a T-pose. But, like, you just can't. You can't. It's kind of disappointing, but I guess that would make it more expensive. The cord is buzzing. The shower of ideas and magic. You excited for the boneless pizza collab? Huh? Glitch, don't make me leak our DMs. I don't know what you're talking about. The boneless pizza collab? Chat, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Sethical uses Aku as an avatar. What? I don't know who Sethical is. Hi, Mega Boy. Glitch, if you want to hop in a call, I was gonna say maybe we could. I don't know. I'd be down for having you in the stream. I'm trying to think of stuff that we could do. What Phantom animatronic should have a Jazwares plush first? I mean, I feel like you gotta say Freddy. I feel like Freddy, Foxy, Chica. Phantom Puppet could be cool. Yeah, Phantom, Foxy, or Puppet. Phantom Puppet would be cool. Redemption from the, what's it called? From the Funko plush, which has that weird texturing. Boneless pizza. I got no idea what Glitch is sending me. Phantom Mangle? I don't know. I mean, their Mangle plush is pretty good, so. Maybe they could pull it off. Nightmare Mangle they could probably do too. Right, I gotta stop playing with Funtime Freddy. Dinner's almost ready. Yeah, that's completely fine. Forgot you guys are like several hours ahead of us. Fnaf YouTubers by how much they're like Springtrap personality-wise. Bernie Bear, S tier, SS tier. Actually, you know what we can do? Let me check something. The Theories tier list has been updating quite frequently. I've been keeping up to date with it, but I've been slacking the last few days. If there's a decent amount, we could run through this quickly and like update this bad boy real quick. Zoom out, please. Oh, it's gotta load. It's gotta load its thousands of images. No, please do not close the page. You can just wait a second for it to load. Alright, chat. Ba-boom. Haven't seen this in a while, have you? The Theories tier list. I did end up redoing it all. Oh, they actually added a lot. What the heck? Why are there so many? It's only been a few days. Okay, well, we know what we're doing. Damn. Cassidy is the Mimic. Dang, they added a lot. Jeez. Okay. Mimic is the Cassidy. Alright, well. Andrew Line Games. Isn't this just the theory that Andrew-related stuff is only canon? If there is a Frights Games-esque theory that I believe in, it would be Stitch Line Games. Not Andrew line. Andrew line is a little too limiting. I'll put it D tier. Actually, let me do this. Balloon Mike is the theory that the balloon kid is Mike. Slop. Alright, when was Foxy Kid born? Or Foxy Bully born? When was Michael Afton born? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not that big on these, like, born theories. The only one I really subscribe to is whichever one that, like, BV 76, I think it is. Yeah. I just don't think we have enough evidence to say, you know, when was Michael Afton born? When was Charlie born, you know? Elizabeth, you can kind of assume stuff. Bite Victim, you can use the Curse of Dreadbear cake. I don't know. If you'd have to assume his age during FNAF 4. Like, if we assume he's 13 in 1983, that means he was born in 1970, which isn't even an option on here. Like, I don't know. I'm going to put these all D tier. I don't know what year Michael Afton was born in, nor do I really care. Bite Victim, I feel like we already ranked this. Yeah, 76. I'm going to put these in D tier. Oh. Yeah, I don't believe in any of these. I think they're kind of mid. I heard a Discord ping. I don't think that was glitch. Cassidy Plush Alter M. Couldn't tell you what the hell that means. It slopped here. Charlie born 74. I'm assuming this is using her, like, movie age. I don't know. I don't think she's 3 when she dies, like in the books. I also don't think she's as old as she is in the movies when she dies. I feel like it's kind of in between there. So I'll put that in D tier. DCI MM was debunked by 5 Laps at Freddy's. Eleanor being an unused spring lock suit, I'm assuming. There's no evidence for that. Elizabeth being born... Okay. If we assume she's 5 when she dies in 1985, that would put her being born in 80, which they don't have. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Theories tier list. Ella? Okay, what does USS mean? United Secret Service? Like what? Yeah, I don't know what the hell the U stands for, but Ella being the Springlock suit and sister location. I don't hate that. I don't think it's the worst contender for the Springlock suit identity. I just don't think it has any evidence. Other than the movies. Ennard? Okay, that's kind of garbage. F10 AI. Is that not just the theory that F10 and 4 is AI? F10 and yeah, is only controlled by AI. I put that in S tier. I don't think F10N4 is possessed by Fiona. I don't hate the idea of the mimic stuff being possessed by the characters that it's mimicking. I don't think it's accurate or true, but, you know, if it's ever revealed in a future game that, like, Fiona is possessing F10N4, I wouldn't hate it, but I also would not like it, because that defeats the entire purpose of them mimicking, but that's my unpopular opinion. I don't, if that's revealed to be the case, I wouldn't hate it. F10 Princess. I actually made the image for this. I made the image for F10 Princess. If you remember a while ago, we did that stream where we made a theory page, and I did the F10 antivirus theory. The person who made the F10 Princess wiki page used my image for F10 Princess, so that's cool. I kind of wish I put a little more effort into it, but, you know, it's cool to see it being used, I guess. And I do believe this. I do think F10 and 4 is the princess who's mimicking Fiona. No. I do think F10N4 is the princess from Princess Quest, but she's mimicking Cassidy, like how Glitchtrap is M2 and is mimicking William Afton. Fun time neighborhood kids? Nah. Glitch Agony? Nope. Glitch Shadow? Nope. Golden Follow? Nope. Green Afton is actually peak and true. M1 Killer David. I think this theory is a lot more likely than you would think, right? And the image really does summarize the best piece of evidence for it. In Moon.exe, Sun kills the baby owl, who is David. Like, it doesn't get more explicit than that. Now, if we take that into, like, literal terms, that would therefore be M1 killing David. I don't know why M1 would do that. From what we see from M1, it seems like she's content with, David and Edwin being humans and her being a robot. I guess I could see her wanting, like, eventually David is going to grow up. He is going to... Shut up, I'm talking! David is eventually going to grow up. He is going to grow old. He's going to die. He's going to move away. And Fiona will lose her child. And, F10N4, one of her main programming things probably is to watch over David. If David's dead and even just moved out of the country or city or whatever, she can't do that. If she kills David and turns him in and gets Edwin to build M2, mimicking David, she'll have her boy forever. So, I can see this being the case, and I do think it's likely because of Moon.exe. But at the same time, the game gives us that, audio log from Edwin saying, "Oh, the playground's near the loading docks, it'll be fine," which seems to imply David was ran over, like in the books. So I'm going to put this theory in A tier, because I do think it's possible, but me personally, I'm of the belief that David just got ran over. That's what I think. I do wish this theory had more evidence, though, because I do like it. And we're back to slop. A mascot suit being the Springlock suit? Nope, no evidence. Memory box? I think the box is metaphorical. A big mini arena being the Springlock suit? I don't know. I mean, the faces match up, I guess, so I guess I'll put it C tier. I think it's more likely than Eleanor. Midnight Motorist being after Charlie's death? I swear we've gone through these theories before. Yeah, I agree, Glitch. I think he got hit by a truck in the loading dock. I agree. Midnight Motorist being after Charlie's death isn't technically confirmed. 5 Laps at Freddy's has that, not scrapped, unreleased line where it's describing the Midnight Motor car and it says, the perfect vehicle to flee a crime scene. Okay. Which crime scene? There's multiple crime scenes that could have happened here. Probably not Follow Me. Probably not that one. The DCI, the Midnight Motor has that 87 dice on it, which could imply that William is driving home after the DCI. I think it's just Charlie's death. The minigame is titled Later That Night. You could make the argument that it's later the night of the DCI. But, like, look at the context of Midnight Motorist. It's in a game. It's in the same game as Security Puppet, which takes place at night. It's raining, and you see William's tire tracks from when he sped off. Chekhov's gun would... Not Chekhov's gun. What's the one that says... The Occam's Razor would say the minigame where it's, again, still night, still raining, and we're speeding away. It would make the most sense that it's just following Security Puppet. So I think it's pretty clear that Midnight Motorist is after William kills Charlie. I don't like the inclusion of the 87 dice in 5 Laps at Freddy's, just because if that's an Easter egg, who's to say the Spring Bonnie antenna isn't an Easter egg? And I know the dice has 83 on it as well, but like it also has 87. So I don't know. I do think Midnight Motorist is after Charlie's death, but the 87 dice definitely sucks as an inclusion in the game. Yeah, there are 3 types of theories. What? That makes a lot of sense. What the hell is that? Pigtail Charlie? Nope. Plush Kid Mike? Nope. Michael is the Foxy Bro. Possession Eyes? Not sure what that one's saying. Nope, I'm actually not... I'm not looking for the baby one, I'm looking for the Spring Bonnie one. Is it saying that Springtrap's eyes are silver, which is the same color as William's? And like Baby, his eye color changes once William possesses him? Maybe. But I don't think William possesses Spring Bonnie. I think he's just dead in there. Repair Trap is the theory that Springtrap repaired himself with old Spring Bonnie parts when he became Scrap Trap. I do believe this. I do believe this. Yes, yes, yes. RWQ victim? Nope. Nada. If anything, I would say he's Shadow Freddy, but yeah, I don't believe that. SB Loop, I think, is a silly theory. I don't know how people can genuinely take this seriously. I see the evidence for it, but like, come on. The only good loop theory is Into the Pit Loop, and even then, I don't like that one. Like, I'm putting this in slop tier, I'm sorry. I should have put the other loop theories here. I did, I did. Spring Mound? Probably not. I think the mound is a grave. Oh, Stitchline games. Oh, my poor Stitchline. Oh, Stitchline games. Alright. I'll be honest. I still think the books are canon. I'll be honest. I think the books are still canon. I'm putting Stitchline in S tier. But man, Secret of the Mimic really, really messed up this debate. Because, my god. I've seen theorists... Oops, sorry, phone. I've seen theorists who used to believe Stitchline games now not believe it anymore. Like, I think Hyperdroid used to believe in Stitchline games, but I haven't seen him mention it since Secret of the Mimic came out. Which, that really sucks. Have I seen the theory that he repaired himself with Golden Freddy? I have seen that theory glitch, but that kind of leans itself more to Cassidy being the vengeful spirit, so not for me. Do you think Cassidy and Afton are still physically on Earth under the Pizzaplex? Because we find them after security... Do you think we will find them after Security Breach 2 and fight Cassidy to free them both? No and no. I get where you're coming from, with like the princess being named Cassidy and Burntrap looking like William, but the modern era is all about AI and mimicking. Having those two characters still actually be here would kind of defeat the purpose of that. I know I said I wouldn't hate if Fiona was possessing F10 and 4, but like, it just would kind of seem like it's coming out of nowhere. W Party Hat, nothing can stop us. Susie being the toy girl, I don't actually hate that. They have the same eye color, same hair color, they both have red bows, and their shirts are both purple-pink. The only problem with that is, like... I guess there's not really a problem with that. I don't hate this theory. It's honestly not a bad theory. I'll put it C tier. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool, Mega Boy, to get more William and Cassidy content. The week before Dave will. This is the theory that Dave in the week before is William Afton. Because obviously in the books, William Afton's alias is Dave Miller. And in the week before, Dave, I think, is like a technician. This is one of those theories that doesn't really have any evidence against it. There's not really evidence for it, other than the same names and them being technicians. I don't think so. Just because, like, Fazbear Entertainment hired William Afton in FNAF 2 as the night guard and then the day guard. Surely they wouldn't hire him again. Like, they would know what he looks like. Even if he uses a fake name. They know what he looks like. They can't just... Like, I don't think this theory is true. I get where it's coming from, but it needs, like, one more really solid piece of evidence to convince me. Scrap Baby being the Springlock suit? Nope. William being born in the 1930s? Just got a text from my dealership. I bought my first car yesterday, chat. I don't know who the heck Eric is. That was not the guy I talked to yesterday, but okay. Was William born in the 30s? No, because that would make him 40 during the events of Secret of the Mimic. Yeah, I'm going to say no on that one, Chief. I can see him being born mid-50s. Right? If William and Henry were born in the mid-50s... No, maybe not. Well, that would make Henry, like, 70-something in FNAF 6. He doesn't sound like that. Shush. Maybe... I don't know. William and Henry's ages is so weird, right? Because we see them being active during the fall of MCM, which is probably like, what? Mid-70s? Let's assume they're at least 18 there. That puts them being born in the 60s. If FNAF 6 happens in 2023, that makes Henry 80. 80. And if Follow Me happens in 2015, William would be 70. He would be 70 years old, dismantling the animatronics. Secret of the Mimic and Fall Fest and stuff really messed with that. I don't know, man. I could not tell you when those two were born. 60 in FFPS? Yeah. I can see that. Shush. Yeah, I don't know, man. He does sound older, though. Yeah, my main problem is just, like, William being able to dismantle the animatronics. Like, that's, Will Debased. I'm not sure what that is. I really should close that. I'm gonna move these just so I don't leak mine and Glitch's DMs, because I can't be showing you guys the muscular pictures he sends me. Will Debased. Will Debased is the theory that William Afton once cared for his kids, but over time shed all care and love towards them. No. Bye, Mega Boy. Thanks for showing up. No. The fourth closet, not the fourth closet. Or is it the fourth? Yeah, the fourth closet tells us that William never made anything with love. He's literally incapable of loving human beings like a human being. Will Grief, again, same thing. Will Heartless? There's a certain theory. There's a lot of these kinds of theories. There's a certain theory that I believe. I don't know if it has a name. Like, William obviously doesn't love his children, but he doesn't want them to die. He sees them as tools. You know, people he can shape to do his bidding, like the fourth closet baby, like Michael Afton in the movies. I don't know if there's a theory name for that. So I'm just going to put these all in D tier. Will resurrect? Shut up. I'm assuming this is the theory that he wants to resurrect his kids. Misspelled that. Yeah, it's Will Grief. Yes, I don't think he wants to resurrect Elizabeth, but I do think he's the one that says, I will put you back together. And obviously, I think that William wanting to bring his son back to life is what leads him to, you know, kill the children, do the fun times, all that stuff. So I do think at one point in time, William's motivation was like, I gotta put my son back together. But then over time, I do think that just crumbled down into, I need to live forever. So I'll see, but it's will grief. So, and then finally, Yendo being the Springlock suit. I don't think so. I don't think Yendo ever had a physical body. I think he's just an endoskeleton. And there we go. We updated the theory tier list. Yeah. God, dude. Such a... Oh, my God, dude. There's so much here. It's insane. But it's good insane. I always have fun logging on to this tier list every day, seeing what new theories got added. It's really fun. Can my chair push me back, please? Thank you. Alright. Well, that was fun. I'm glad we did that. Also, has my camera been tilted this entire time? It feels like it's... I don't know. Anywho. I think I'm going to call it quits there, chat. Thank you for joining me for this stream. I will try to stream again either tomorrow or Thursday. Because I do want to do that stream where we revisit old tier lists like we just did and update them. I think that's going to be fun. I'll try to do that sometime soon. Other than that, I really don't have any other ideas for streams. I could try to snag Glitch on and we could do something, but I don't have an idea for that. For what we would do. But yeah, this was fun. I'm glad we did this. Sure, Glitch, you can join me. Blinks cutely. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll hopefully see you later in the week for another stream. If not, next week. If not, the week after. If not, the week after. You get my point. Thanks, guys, for being here. Stares weirdly. That's, yep. Alright, bye, guys. Bye. Peace. Forgot to say that. Gotta make sure that's included in the stream.